Okay, everyone, welcome to these next set of notes. So make sure that you have your paper and pencil ready to copy everything down. So you'll be able to do your assignment in your worksheet. So here we go. The first thing we do is we identify the name of these notes, right? And the notes are called Polynomials. Focus on multiplying, part 2. So we did part 1 last time. This time we're going to do part 2, sort of to take the next step. All right. So the first thing we noticed here is we're going to talk about binomials. And we remember from last time's lesson that binomial means two terms. Right? When we have a parentheses with two terms, that's a binomial. And we also learned about a trinomial. A trinomial is when a parentheses has three terms, right? Three terms. This was 2, and this is 3. So binomial means two terms. Trinomial means three terms, right? So let's take a look at our instructions first, right? Our instructions say, find each product. And you know what I'm thinking right now? I completely forgot to fill in this part right here. Look at this. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do something called box. Right? Here's the box. Right? Box multiplying. That's not a P. Ply. Right? We're going to box multiply. Box multiply. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. And we already covered that we're going to find each product. And remember, product means the answer to a multiplication problem, right? A product means the answer to a multiplication problem. So let's look at our first example here. So our first example says 14a minus 4 times 13a squared minus 12a minus 12. So this is a binomial because it's got one term, two terms, times a trinomial because it's got one, two, sorry everybody. This trinomial has 1, 2, 3 terms. So a binomial times a trinomial. So the way this works, everybody, is we're going to use this box right here. See? This box. That's why it's called box multiplying. So if you notice here, this first term, this first parentheses here had one term, two terms. So we got 1 and 2. So let us include those numbers right in there. So the first term here is 14a. So 14a will go here. Right. So 14a will go here. Second term is negative 4. So negative 4 will go right there. Perfect. And if you notice, two terms, one line, two lines. So when you're drawing your lines, and you don't know how many lines you're going to draw, right? Two terms means one line, two lines down. Now let's take a look at this next one here. To the right, to the side, 1, 2, 3 terms. So we got 1, 2, 3. And this is where our 1, 2, and 3 terms are going to go. So let's take a look. So here we have 13a squared, and we have a negative 12a, and we have a negative 12. See? Now I got these three here from 1, 2, 3, right? And I got these two here from 1, 2. And now, kiddos, we're going to go back to something that we're very familiar with. We're going to go back to Multiplying like we did a multiplication chart, right? Where we multiply a number on the side with a number up, a number on the side with a number up, right? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply. Now, you can start with however you want to. You could start by multiplying these two, this one with each one of these, and then this one with each one of these. Or you can start with 13a times these two, negative 12a times these two, and negative 12 times these two, right? It doesn't really matter which way we do it. Both are correct. So for this case, let's start down here, right? And then let's work our way across there, times that, and then times that. So 13 times 14 is 182. 182. A, now let us remember that this A here has an invisible 1. I'm going to put an invisible 1 here as well, just so I don't forget, right? So a to the first times a to the second, we add 2 plus 1, and that gives us a to the third, just like that. Okay? So now I'm going to multiply. So I got 13 times 13a squared times 14a. Now 13a squared times negative 4. 13 times negative 4 is a negative 52. And then just a squared, because there's nothing to multiply this a squared with over here. Okay? Now we're going to do this one. Negative 12 times 14a, right? So a negative times a positive is a negative, and 12 times 14 is 168. And a times a is a to the power of 2, just like that. All right. Negative 12 times negative 4 is a positive 48, so just 48. And a to the first is just a, because there's no other a here to multiply this a with. Okay. Now we're down to the last row here. Negative 12 times 14a gives me negative 168a, just like that. And then we have negative 12 times negative 4 gives us a positive 48. Now, what's cool about this box, everybody, is look what happens. Check this out. So my first green number here, I'm going to bring this for my first green number and put it right there. Right? So let me change. So I'm going to do 182a to the power of 3. Now look what happens. The great thing about this box multiplication is these two connect and these two connect. See? These two here that connect here are both a to the power of 2. They are like terms, right? So negative 168 and a negative 52, they are the same sign, so we're going to add them, and we get 220, right? We get 220, and it's a negative 220 because 168 is bigger. A squared, right? Because we're combining, we're not multiplying. You're thinking, wait a minute, mister, shouldn't it be a squared and a squared is a to the fourth? No, we're combining. And now these two are connected, see, as you can see there, right? So negative 168 and a positive 48 are different signs, so we're going to subtract. So we get a negative because 168 is bigger. So we get a negative 120a. And then finally at the end here, I got this lonely 48. So this 48 is going to go right there, just like that. And I kind of went over, so let me move this over here like this. Oops. I gotta include the 8 first as well, right? Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, let me, nope, 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 nope. How do I get out of here? Ah, so this was a 48 here. And I'm going to move this guy over here like this, right, for better. And this is my solution here. Look at that. I multiplied this binomials times this trinomial, and it gave me this big polynomial right here. Right? So the key is do it slowly, right? Use your calculator, doing one step at a time. But what's cool about this is that they line up. The like terms line up. And then the two numbers in the corners are the ones that just go down at the end. Right, on the ends. One in the beginning, there's that one there. And then 48 goes at the end. Right? Perfect. So that's a binomial times a trinomial. So now let's do a trinomial times a trinomial. 1, 2, 3. Trinomial times 1, 2, 3. Trinomial. And if you notice, 1, 2, 3. 3 spaces, right? 3 lines. And 1, 2, 3. 3 lines across. Look at that. So let's put in everything that we have here, right? So I'm going to put it 6m squared. I'm going to go with these 3 here first on top. And then I'm going to say positive 14m and just 9, just a regular 9. Right. Now across the bottom here, I'm going to put across this way, I'm going to do these 3 here. So I have negative 9m squared. I have a positive 3m, and I have a 6. So now I am going to multiply, right? So I'm going to start with this 6m squared first. So 6 times negative 9 is a negative 54. I could do better than that. Negative 54, right? M to the power of 2 times m to the power of 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So I get m to the 4th. Okay. 6 times 3 is 18. 18m. And 2, and then invisible 1 here, 2 plus 1 is 3. So I get m to the 3rd power. And then finally, 6 times 6 is 36. And m squared times, there's no m here, so I'm just going to bring down m squared. M to the power of 2. Here we go. Right? Now let's do 14. 14 times negative 9 is a negative 126. And then m to the power of 1 times m to the power of 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. M to the power of 3. Okay. 14 times 3 is 42. M to the power of invisible 1 plus invisible 1 is 2. Right? And 14 times 6 is 84. And this m has nothing to multiply here with, so I'm just going to put m, just like that. Finally, I'm going to do my 9 here. 9 times negative 9 is a negative 81. M to the power of 2, because there's no multiplying here. So this is by itself. 9 times 3 is 27. And then just m, because there's no, this m is not, there's nothing to multiply with it here. There's no other m. 9 times 6 is 54, just regular numbers, right? 54. So now, let's take a look at our connections here. What connects? These two connect. Look, they're both m to the power of 3's. But look at these 3 right here. This is m to the power of 2. And this is also m to the power of 2. Those two connect. And then look at these two. These two are just m. So those two connect right there. Perfect. And remember, like I told you before, the one on the top left comes down in the beginning. The one on the bottom right comes down at the end. Right? So let us start with top left, which gives us negative 54 m to the power of 4. Right? Now let's do the powers of 3's here. These two. Negative 126 and 18 are not the same sign, so I got to subtract. 126 minus 18 gives us negative 108. Remember, use your calculator, m to the third. Right? Now let us do this special dude right here that has 3 like terms. Right there. Right? So use your calculator. Use your calculator, right? 36 and 42 gives me positive 78. And the negative 81 are the different signs. So 81 minus 78 is 3. And 81 is bigger and it's a negative. So we get negative 3 m to the power of 2. Right? And now these two right here go together. And they're the same sign, so I can add them. Right? So I get 84 plus 27 is 111. Positive 111 m. Right? And I'm going to run out of space here, so let me move this dude over and make it a little smaller as well. There we go. And then finally, I got this 54 here down on the bottom by itself, so that's a positive 54, so I'm going to do like that. And that right there, kiddos, is my solution. Look at that. A trinomial times a trinomial gives me this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 term answer. Polynomial. Look at that. So these are the two kinds of questions you're going to see in the worksheet, right? You're going to see binomials times trinomials, and you're going to see trinomial times trinomial. Use the calculator that I provided for you in the assignment, right? Make sure that you use it. I didn't use it, right, because I was doing the math in my head, but please use it. All right? And that's how you do it, right? You use your box multiply. You're going to box multiply with this cool box that keeps everything in order, right? And we make connections here with like terms. Just like that. Okay? So, I hope everything's good. You got it. Rewind if necessary. Thank you guys for being here. See you next time.